This week at Bungie, we had the release of an entirely new Seraph bunker on the moon, the return of Lord Saladin and the Iron Banner in the tower. And we even get a sneak peek at exactly how armor and world drops are going to be changing in a patch next week. What's going on, Guardians? My name is The Black Link, and tonight is Thursday, March 26th, 2020. You know what that means. It's time for another issue of the Bungie Weekly Blog, This Week at Bungie. And we're going to dive right on into the news. So of course, many of you Guardians out there are already knee-deep in leveling up your new Seraph bunker on the moon, and a lot of you have already gotten the new pinnacle weapon tied to the Iron Banner, the Point of the Stag legendary bow. And actually, as a part of that, you're also hopefully making use of all of the pinnacle drops you can get with Iron Banner now in Season 10. Definitely going to be worthwhile for you Guardians trying to reach that hard cap of power level 1010. Of course, Trials of Osiris is going to be going live for its third week starting tomorrow. So at the very least, there's certainly a lot of things going on in the world of Destiny 2. But ever since the release of Season of the Worthy, the start of Season 10, one big question that's been going around has been a question surrounding mods. And more importantly, how they tie in with the significance of world drops, the enhanced armor loot pool that we have out in the world space right now. A big complaint has been the fact that they've added back in all of these year one armors. A lot of the faction rally armor is back in the game as part of world drops right now. But it all kind of feels a little bit worthless since those world drops generally cannot equip seasonal mods. And it's kind of got a lot of players sitting back and saying, well, what's the point of having this armor? What's the point of bringing this stuff forward with Armor 2.0? Making it so that you can get these different stat rolled gears, you can apply these different mods and stuff on there if you can't apply the mods that are tied to these seasons. That's been a pretty big complaint moving forward over the past 2 weeks. And I'm here to say that on this issue, Bungie, it seems, has been listening. They're going to be making some major changes to world drops. Here's what they had to say. There were several armor sets added to the Engram loot pool with Season of the Worthy. We saw a lot of feedback that, while you were excited to see your favorite armor sets from the past, the fact that none of them had seasonal mod slots made them feel less desirable and not worth including in your builds. Well, good news. We're adding seasonal mod slots to these sets in an update next month. The 3 faction sets will get Season of the Worthy mod slots, and the rest of the armor will get either Season of Dawn or Season of the Undying mod slots. And then we get a list of what's going to be getting mod slots for Season of the Dawn as well as Season of the Undying. And so, here's your list. The armor that's going to be getting Season of the Dawn mod slots is going to be the Dead End Cure, the Retrograde TG2, Hyro Camo, Road Complex AA1, aka the Keck Gear, Devastation Complex, and the High-Minded Complex. While the armor that's going to be getting access to Season of the Undying mods is going to be the Red Moon Phantom, the Mimetic Savior, Thorium Holt, Tangled Web, Prodigal, the Frumious Gear, Noble Constant Type 2, Ego Talon 4, Errant Knight, the Keurig Type 2, and the Philomath Armor Set. All of these sets will be able to use seasonal mods from the seasons before and after the season they are designated above, which they of course explained in greater detail in previous weeks. So there we go. If you're somebody out there who was really happy to see the return of some of these armor sets, but was bummed that you basically couldn't use any of the Season of the Worthy mods, you couldn't get any Warmind cells, which are really powerful, couldn't get any of that kind of stuff on those armor sets, it seems like Bungie has heard you and they're going to be making this change really soon. Now personally, I'm psyched about this. You guys know I have sung the praises of the future War Cult Warlock gear from the heavens basically since Destiny 2 came out. It's pretty much my favorite chest piece on Warlock, so I was really happy to see that kind of stuff return, as well as stuff like the new Monarchy armor set return for Titans and for Hunters. It is great to be able to get that back in my inventory now in an Armor 2.0 landscape. But I was really bummed that of course you can't make any of your Charged with Light builds or Warmind Cell builds with any of these armor sets, basically kind of making them useless if you want to use some of the best stuff in the game. So ultimately, I'm really happy to see that Bungie's making this change here, and that we'll be getting it sometime next month. But we've also got some other changes that are going to be coming into effect a little bit earlier than that when we get hotfix 2.8.0.2 on March 31st. And some of the changes coming in that are what the TWAB focuses on next. Here's what they had to say. We are currently targeting Tuesday, March 31st to deploy hotfix 2.8.0.2. The main target of this update will be the issue affecting Trials of Osiris challenges not being reset properly. Here's a quick preview of other fixes coming in this update. They fixed an issue where upgrades on the Season Pass were only unlocked for one character and will now properly unlock for the entire account. They fixed an issue where the first weekly clear of a legendary lost sector would not award a powerful drop. They've also fixed the issue with Raiju's harness that allowed players to withhold Whirlwind Guard indefinitely. They fixed an issue where the Titan Season Pass arms ornament would block first-person view. That's kind of interesting. The Season Pass SMG and shotgun will now create Warmind cells with Season Pass ornaments equipped. I guess they weren't doing that before. They fixed an issue where Sentinel Titans were able to extend Sentinel Shield and Banner Shield by suppressing themselves. If you haven't seen the video of this, it's hilarious. If you basically toss up a suppression grenade and time its landing and explosion with you popping your super and holding your guard either with your Sentinel Shield or your Banner Shield, you basically got a free hyper extension on that super. It was a little silly. And finally, they fixed an issue where players were not getting the correct amount of planetary materials from bunker upgrades. So if you're like me and you've gone through and you've leveled up your bunkers, you've purchase the upgrades that you can get some planetary materials. That Rasputin will farm those things out for you using his frames, only to find out that that frame was being pretty lazy and only farming up one planetary mat like ever. Then hopefully this is going to fix that, and that frame is going to be farming up a bit more than what they were doing before. Now, aside from the fixes in 2.8.0.2, we're also continuing to investigate disconnects, crashes, and error codes being reported since 2.8.0 was released. Currently, we are seeing elevated disconnects from the tower on all platforms, but disconnects from other activities seem PC specific. And as a PC player, yeah, I can definitely sign off on that one. Beaver errors are absolutely everywhere on PC right now. Hopefully they can get that fixed. The fix we deployed has appeared to resolve the crashes affecting Gambit, but didn't help with other disconnects. So we have made additional attempts at fixing disconnects that haven't resulted in a decline in error codes and are continuing to work on new fixes for elevated Beaver, Beetle, Anteater, and Rabbit errors. We'll give you more information as soon as we can, and hopefully they can get that worked out really soon. In particular on PC, it's been really bad, and I think it might have something to do, potentially with Bungie moving Destiny 2 over to the Steam network socket system. Of course, that's just speculation on my part. I've got nothing really to back that up. Anyways, like I said, here's hoping they get that figured out real soon. Alright, the last thing we had to talk about in this week's TWAB video are, of course, Twitch Prime rewards. The TWAB states that we continued our monthly rollout of Twitch Prime rewards today. If you have an active Twitch Prime subscription, you can visit a special page to link your Bungie.net account and claim your rewards. After that, they should be available at Amanda Holiday in the Tower. Here's a look at what you can get this month. First up, we've got the Prometheus lens, which is of course an exotic solar trace rifle, the Eye of Osiris exotic ornament for the Prometheus lens, the Tyrant Shell exotic ghost shell, and the Fleet Ska 9 legendary ship. All of which you can see right here. So if you're missing any of that stuff from your collections for Eververse or your exotic collections, make sure you link up your Twitch Prime with Bungie's account. Of course, they're going to be continuing this promotion for the next couple of months with Twitch Prime, handing out a new batch of rewards basically every month, so make sure you're staying tuned. But alright Guardians, that's pretty much it for the biggest bits of news to drop in this week's issue of the Bungie Weekly blog, This Week at Bungie. Although I suppose I really should mention that last week during Trials of Osiris, of course, a lot of people noticed that they stopped receiving powerful rewards from their 3rd, 5th, or 7th Trials of Osiris wins. Well, Bungie's done some investigation and their team has discovered an error in the weekly challenge reset time. Trials of Osiris weekly challenges will unlock at 5 p.m. Pacific time on Saturdays. At this time, rewards are expected to be reset for players who have been impacted, and rewards will be granted when players reach 3, 5, or 7 wins respectively. In a future patch, they will move this reset to the Friday daily reset, so they finally figured out what was going on there, and they'll have a more permanent fix for that sometime in the future, so be aware of that. But alright Guardians, that's it for this one. That's the news and those are my thoughts. Be sure to leave me yours down in the comment section below. How do you feel about the armor change coming next month? Do you have a favorite set of armor that's been added to the world drops that you're psyched to see is going to be compatible with seasonal mods? Be sure to let me know down in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed the video, feel free to drop a like, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with all the latest stuff we're putting out. That's it for this one. Thank you all so much for watching. And as always, I am the Black Link. Guardians, stay frosty.